Believe it or not, chat, I haven't got all of the pearls in this DLC yet. And I feel like people want me to make a video on the Soul Survivor, or all of the pearls. So let's just do a pearlescent review. Because I know all of the frogs on YouTube probably want to see a pearl review. Let's go and get the Soul Survivor right now. Now, little fun fact about the Soul Survivor. Every pearl in the DLC at the time of recording this video, in a counterpart to their Bounty Pack 2 pearls, right? The Bounty Pack 2 pearls can't drop as shiny, but the ones in this DLC can. But there's a little caveat here, because at the time of recording this, chat, only one of the pearls in the DLC actually drops as shiny, despite them all having the ability to be shiny. It would seem that Gearbox has, get this, forgotten to put the other pearls in the item pools. So there's only one shiny pearl, and it's the Soul Survivor. And we're going to go and get it right now. So to get the Soul Survivor, chat, you go to the Penitent Steel. This is where we'll be farming for the Soul Survivor. And this is who drops the Soul Survivor. Doing this now, good luck. Brett, if you get the pearl before me, well, let's just say don't open the mail tomorrow. Who do we use the Soul Survivor on when we get it? Actually, better question, do I have 3 lonely chuds in the chat who want to come and kill themselves in my game? The optimal way is by having chuds for friends. Speaking of chud, Girthquake. I know there's a man right there who definitely wants to... So, no. I'm sorry. No, he's an Aimon main. That was a funny joke. That was a funny joke. We can excuse that one. How are you today, EpicNNG? Oh, we're not doing that. I forgot to spawn the boss again. How many runs is this going to take? What is the time right now? 21:54. I'm getting off stream at 12 a.m. So we have like 2 hours here, chat. We got like 2 hours to work. Be funny if someone from Twitch, as punishment, renamed your username to ChadNNG. Literally, do you see that you see that chat message? You see what he just said, guys? Literally account based in Tel Aviv. You threatening to put a pipe bomb in my mouth? Okay, Lewis, is Lewis still in the chat? Lewis, why the fuck did you tell people? He's literally telling people it's a pipe bomb. He's whispering people. How would you know that? How would you literally know? By the way, it's not a pipe bomb for legal. Twitch, for legal reasons, I'm not going to put a pipe bomb in his mailbox. Lewis, are you literally DMing people in the chat, actively telling them I'm going to put a pipe bomb in their mailbox? Which isn't true, by the way, that's hearsay. I didn't even drop that.
You keep getting yourself in trouble. Stop incriminating yourself.
Dude, I'm trying not to. Every time I say something, you guys are setting me up for stuff. The AI is getting crazy. In anyone else's hands, it's a microphone. That's true. Exactly. Yeah, put it to your head. No. Okay, no. Stop. No, see, that's exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. I get this thing where I can't help it. You guys say stuff, and I got the... No, that's in the YouTube clip now. No! That's in the clip of me getting the pearl. YouTube, I'm not trying to blow anybody up. I'm not trying to blow anyone up. I did the last blowing up that I did in 1820. I don't know if this is a good roll, chat, but ultimately what I'm going to say is that I don't think there's any saving this pearl. The effect of the Soul Survivor, get this, deals increased damage for each ally in Fight for Your Life. Do you remember in Borderlands the pre-sequel where one of the biggest complaints was that Aurelia had a tree that was like co-op locked, basically? What did they do in the pre-sequel DLC, chat? They added a pearl that you need allies. First of all, the biggest problem is you need friends. That rules out 90% of you. You need to have friends in Fight for Your Life. They did this in the pre-sequel DLC. Now, chat, what are we thinking here? What do we do? I think they're intentionally sabotaging pearls. We're doing a new cache build tonight anyway, but we're going to go put this on our cache. We're going to swap the cache. I need 3 hopeless chuds who want to die tonight. Okay? That is what the evil frogman needs. It's Daedalus, but it came with Atlas Tracker Grenade. Which, that's infuriating as it is, because Daedalus shotgun would be cool, right? Okay, here we are. Change damage interval, 5 seconds. How much damage can we rack up in 5 seconds on a crit? With nothing pro. I know a snitch when I see one! Not bad. Not bad. Now, this is interesting, chat, because ultimately, we're here to discuss something very important. A lot of people have been saying, well, if it does good damage, well, then it can't be bad. But I will raise you this. How good something is should be based off of the ability, not the damage. Because, like, you can give damage to a white pistol and have it be the best item in the game. A white pistol can deal the starter pistol of BL2, you could make that do 10 million damage. It could be the best item in the game. But what actually makes something good is how it can elevate a build in a creative way. To its credit, there is something very creative about requiring 3 hopeless chuds in your game to die. We're going to test this out on a boss. Chat, who wants to join the game and help test this out? We're going to do it on Backhive. Okay, so we have 2 cash players here who, rightfully so, are going to die. I think your role is simply just stand in front of the boss and just let him down you. And I'll do the rest. I'll just be ready to go. Garwood is killing the boss instead of downing himself. Garwood, you Tel Aviv bred bot. What are you doing, Garwood? Your job is literally to... How am I the only one that went down? Okay, Garwood. Okay. Garwood, wait.
Wait till the fight starts, you dirty frog.
Okay, we wait for them to die. We wait for them to die. And when they down, then we do it. Okay. They are actively down. Here we go. It's go time. We're going. We have limited time here. The Soul Survivor's going. We've received the Fight for Your Life boost. We are somehow doing less damage than we did without the Fight for Your Life boost in solo. Did literally anyone at Gearbox test this weapon? Or I know they outsource a lot of their QA testing to 2K. Does anybody at 2K know how to play this game in the scale of, oh, I don't know, not an IGN employee? Did anybody test this weapon out? I have a question. This is like genuinely like I am a gun designer from Israel and this is my work. At every stage of development, somebody is responsible for a war crime here. This might be the worst item in Borderlands history, purely off of offense level. This is hands down the worst Pearl in history, and might be one of the worst guns in Borderlands history. I think you could throw together a better endgame build with the Bane. It's time to test the next Pearl. The next Pearl that we're going to be checking out, chat, is none other than the one and only, it's the Crow Sourced, chat. This is what we'll be testing. We don't have Ripper Mag, which would be the ideal way to use this. We're probably gonna we'll grind for a Ripper Mag, and we'll test that eventually. But for now, just the base version. The Crow Sourced going on the cash build. So the way that this gun works, chat, is a very creative one. It does literally nothing. You might be like, Evil Frogman, what are you talking about? It says fires random objects. Chat, it does nothing. From a modder's perspective, I feel like I already know what they're doing. It's just a light projectile thing. At the very most, it ricochets. So this gun is interesting in comparison to the Soul Survivor, because the Soul Survivor's effect does nothing for you, and the gun is really bad. The effect of the Crow Sourced pretty much does nothing for you, but it's actually pretty good. Like, the ricocheting thing is like something, but it's been seen on literally purples, I'm pretty sure. But the difference is with the Crow Sourced, it actually does damage. So you could argue, hey, but the ricochets are really cool, Epic. And I would be like, okay. I think it's insulting that this DLC has stuff like the Scoot and Shoot, which is a borderline Unkempt Harold, and that could have been a Pearl. But instead, they just went with, like, the really boring, not fun, not cool choices. You can see here that this thing does decent enough damage. But it's still not, like, mind-blowing by any means, right? I mean, you'd have to put this on like, an order-focused build. And even then, I think there's still better choices on an order-focused build. But, like, it's okay. Right? Like, I can't be as mad at a gun like this, because at least the effect, you could argue, is cool, because it has the ricocheting rocks, right? Even though it's nothing special at all. You've seen it a million times. So the verdict on this overall is that it's fine. So the final Pearl we're going to be talking about is the Crazed Earl. One of 3 Pearls in this DLC is actually very cool and very fun and very good. The Crazed Earl is a gun that, first of all, has a literal eyeball. That's really cool. And chat, second of all, when you fire this gun at an enemy, watch what it does. You fire this gun at an enemy, and it puts stickies in them. And you blow the stickies up by meleeing that area on the enemy. So you basically create a weak point for yourself, and then you hit the weak point with any source of melee to detonate it. This thing is really cool. It's the Needler. I love that comparison. Let's see how we're doing. This is the brand new Crazed Earl. Maybe the only worth your time pearl. Okay, here we go, chat. So watch this. We're going to shoot him and fill him with just a ton of stickies. Right? And then we're going to throw fish slap. And when we do that, it's going to explode all of the stickies, as you can see. So it's like a sticky weapon, and you choose when all of them detonate. It is a very, very, very strong gun that no doubt has really, really good synergy with stuff like the Slippy Grenade, right? I'm gonna say gets the seal of approval. This gets the Evil Frogman stamp of approval. I like this. Look, I don't really think the Crow Sourced is a gun that I would personally use. I'm sure there are some order builds that could use it effectively. I don't know if they will. But I think the Crazed Earl genuinely is worth your time. So, do go and get that. But that's my review of all the pearls. Gearbox need to do better, in summary.